Okay, the first thing you're going to do is hoop a piece of fleece, and I like to take the pattern and just check to make sure that if the design sews in the middle where the pattern window is, I still have enough fabric up top and down below for the length of the glove. Okay, so I'm going to put my hoop on, and this is a Mylar pattern, so the very first thing that the design is going to do is sew out the area around the entire design to let you know where to place the Mylar. Now you'll notice I don't have any kind of wash away on top of this. We don't particularly care if these stitches sink in because they're not going to show anyway. It's just a guide to let you know where to place Mylar, and that lets you save a little bit of the Mylar. I'm just going to pull this down so you can see it a little bit better. This is the space where the design is going to sew. So I'm going to use white Mylar as a base simply because this is a bright color fleece. And in this case, I think I'm going to use 2 layers. So I cut one piece, I'm just going to fold it in half in a little square. Then I'm going to place a piece of opal translucent on top. That adds a lot more shine to the design. I don't want my fingers anywhere near the needle as it's sewing, so I put a couple of pieces of tape on this, and I'm going to cover this whole area and let the tape hold it in place. Okay, set my hoop back on and start it back up. The second round of stitching just tacks the Mylar down and holds it in place for you. If by any chance you've missed exactly where the Mylar should go, this is your chance to go back and fix that. It'll let you know. So I've gotten it right where I want it. The Mylar is going to be under the entire design. The next area to sew out is going to be white, and since I used white for the outline and tack down, I can just keep going. Okay, the last color to sew out is the black outline, and it's also perforating the Mylar for you very nicely. Now, we're all finished with the design, and what you do is just pull your tape off and pull the Mylar back towards the sewing line, and it's going to tear off fairly easily, all the way, even though we have 3 layers here, all the way around. For those few places that didn't tear off here, I just use a tweezer, and again, pull back towards the sewing line and it will come off. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is cut out the little window on the pattern so we can see where to place the pattern on the embroidered fabric. We lay out 2 layers of the fabric and then place the pattern on. Be careful which way you place it. It's marked so that the pattern, the embroidery pattern, goes toward the fingertips, and the pattern will show you that, so be careful that you do the pattern correctly. Now some people like to use hockey pucks instead of pins. It is quicker. You can pin it and cut with scissors if you prefer. Not that we like the flyers or anything like that, but I'm just saying.
Pattern weights are expensive. Hockey pucks are cheap when you hang around an ice rink.
This is true. And then also clip the little area that's marked on the pattern that says leave open. This way, this is where the thumb is going to come out. The next step is to put the 2 pieces of fabric faced right sides together. You're going to start sewing on the side that has the little notches. Sew down to the first notch, and then skip the opening part, and just sew a straight seam right down to the end. Now the way we do this makes them kind of self-finishing. Open this piece up, spread the seam apart, and lay it down with your fingers. Okay. And what we're going to do is just sew along the seam on either side so that it stays out of the way when you put your finger through the glove. Okay, start on one side, sew down to the edge where the thumb hole stops, then stop with the needle down, lift your presser foot, pivot, lower the presser foot, sew across that opening, then stop with the needle down again, lift your presser foot, turn and sew up the other side, and we get to the top again one more time, put the needle down, stop and turn, and just finish sewing across. That gives you a nice finished opening around the thumb hole. Now we're going to close it back up so that it's again still right sides together, and just sew down the long side all the way down. There's no stopping on this one. Okay, now we're going to open up the two side seams and just roll the end up about, what, 1/4 of an inch, and we're going to sew that in place. Fleece is very forgiving. It doesn't ravel, so you don't need to make any extra stitching. Just sew this one round. And you're going to turn it and do the same thing at the top. And all you need to do now is turn it right side out. It's completely finished. The top and bottom are hemmed, and you have a thumb hole. And that's it. You have a completely finished little arm warmer. The first one we did was for the left hand. If you want to do a glove for the right hand, just turn the pattern over so that it's flipped over and you don't see the writing. There we go. And then cut the second glove this way.